The congressional baseball game is tonight at Nats Park, Nationals Park, here in Washington. It's an annual affair. Democrats and Republicans square off in this pretty friendly rivalry played, believe it or not, before an estimated crowd tonight in excess of 30,000 spectators. Almost 8 years ago to the day, Louisiana Republican Steve Scalise, now the House Majority Leader, was at a practice for that game. Scalise was shot just after 7 a.m. by a rifle-wielding left-wing extremist. Dozens of shots were fired. Scalise was wounded as he stood near second base and then crawled to the outfield before lapsing into shock. The bullet shattered his hip, damaged internal organs. Scalise arrived at the hospital in critical condition with severe internal bleeding. I spoke to Scalise this morning about the issues of the day, of course, but we started with his story of survival. I don't want to dwell on this, but I have to believe everything around this event and what happened to you filters through every year you come to this game and prepare for this event.
Yeah, you know, it's really a sign of how the comeback happened, how long it took for me to, 3.5 months in the hospital, having to learn how to walk again. And, one of the motivations I had is I wanted to come back the next year and play in the game. I really did. And I had to put a lot of time into it to get to that point. The next year I was able to start. I couldn't move around a lot, but I got to start at second base and just take one inning in. And it was just, every year I get to do this, it's a treat.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. Look, I know how close I came to not being alive. I mean, I'm lucky to be alive. I get to play a kid's game. It's like magical to be able to do this. And, I thank God every day that I get this opportunity because it easily could have gone the other way back in 2017.
How hard was the rehab?
The rehab was brutal. I mean, I'd spent 3.5 months in the hospital. A lot of that time was just laying in a bed where I couldn't even move. I mean, it shattered my femur. I had a lot of internal damage. I couldn't even walk or put weight on my foot for a month and a half. So they didn't know if I'd be able to walk again.
And all that time, everything around you is atrophying.
Yeah, and everything is getting weaker. You're frustrated because you want to move around, but you can't because your hip could shatter again. They had plates and screws holding it all together. And then by the time I could actually put weight on it, that alone was just a milestone. And then I had these machines that kind of helped me walk again. And I had to literally learn that whole process and walking stairs, things that seem easy and trivial to people, took me weeks and weeks to learn how to figure out how to do again.
How do you feel now?
I feel really good. I mean, never felt better. I went through a bout of cancer a year and a half ago. I'm in remission now. So, I've had a great team of doctors that got me through that period. And now I just focus on listening to my doctors, taking care of my health, but having fun and enjoying life. I've got a wonderful family. We just spend a lot of time together. I've got a job that's high pressure, demanding, but I love it. I get to work with a lot of people that I have a lot of respect for and have a great love and appreciation for. And when you get to go to work every day and you like the people you work with, you love what you're working on. Not every day is easy, as we all know, but I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to be able to do what I love doing.
After you've been through what you've been through, do you view the stakes of politics differently?
I do, in the sense that I know what's really important in life. And while some of these, you're in a room with 20 people over a big issue and everybody's yelling and screaming, and I just don't get that worked up over those things because I know we're going to figure this out. We're going to get it. But the things that get me worked up are, what I almost lost, and I didn't. And so I just appreciate the moment. And I think for a lot of people, the perspective of having to go through what I went through and coming out of it alive, the people say, oh, did you change? I didn't change in who I am as a person. What I changed in is knowing what's important in life.
Talk to me about where the president's economic agenda is in the Senate and the schedule, what you guys are going to get done or not get done by July 4th.
Yeah, we put a really aggressive schedule together to get this bill through the House by Memorial Day. We said over and over that's when we would get it passed, and a lot of people said it couldn't get done. It was a very bold agenda. We had a lot of complicated issues to work through internally amongst Republicans, and it was well documented. Yet we got it done, and with very narrow margins. We don't have a big majority. We had a 2-seat majority through half of that period. Then we had those 2 specials in Florida and got a 4-seat majority, big whopping 4-seat. And yet we still passed a bill without a vote to spare, and we knew that. but we got it done. And now the Senate's got the bill, and I'm confident they're going to take care of their business. We said July 4th is when we want the bill on President Trump's desk, and I think we're going to hit that goal.
What's your advice to the Senate on modifications?
My
Tread
advice
lightly?
to the Senate is just go through the same things we did. Bring members in, on all sides of the political spectrum. We had ultra-conservatives, moderates, and everybody in between. And yet we all had to come together, because if everybody just held out and said, unless I get everything I want, I'm voting no, we would have never had a bill. And so the Senate's got the same dynamics. When it's a bill that the Democrats have all walked away from, and we know that, then the Republicans in the Senate need to get together, and they don't need all 53. They can get about 10 people. That is a good cross-section. And we had a lot of those meetings with 15, 20 cross-sectional members that represent our whole conference. And that's how we work through the most complicated issues, where everybody fought for what they wanted, but also looked across the table and realized somebody else is fighting for the opposite thing. And if we don't come together, it doesn't happen. This is too important for the economy of the nation, for those blue-collar workers who went to the polls and said, we want President Trump in a Republican Congress. We have to deliver, and this bill is what delivers those promises to all of those families who are counting on us. We're going to get it done.
What is your take on Los Angeles and the president's rapid deployment of not just the National Guard against the wishes of the mayor and the governor, but the Marines in an American city?
Yeah, I think when most Americans look at this first of all, the number one issue in America during the election last year was border security. Anywhere you went, it wasn't just along the border. Every state said, secure America's border, and President Trump ran on that. Kamala Harris said she was going to keep the border open. So the voters had a choice, and they said, we want Donald Trump to secure the border, and he's done it by and large. He had over a 90% reduction. Now, you look at Los Angeles, this is a direct result of lawlessness, of a state saying, we want people to come here illegally. Waving a foreign country's flag in a major American city offends most Americans. And if the governor won't protect his own people, they're calling it peaceful protests again. They're burning down cities, they're looting stores, they're attacking law enforcement officers. That's not peaceful. And so somebody's got to bring law and order again and protect the citizens of America. And if Gavin Newsom won't do it, then President Trump will.
What about the idea, long articulated by you and other Republicans, of local control and not having the federal government step in and run everything?
Now look, all of us, from your local mayor all the way up to the President of the United States, we take an oath to uphold the Constitution, but also to protect the citizens of this country. And if just because somebody else should be doing it, the president can't just look and go, oh, well, it's somebody else's job. And even though they're not doing it and the citizens aren't safe in those communities, I'll just look the other way. That's not who Donald Trump is. And the American voters knew that when they elected him. He's going to protect the people of this country. And that's why he's deporting the violent criminals who came here to hurt people. We'd like to think everybody comes here pursuing the American dream. That's not what was going on.